It's getting hot in here, so take off all your clothes. I am getting so hot, I'm gonna take my clothes off.
I just want to let you know that that was my favorite party song when I met my husband, John. And if that beat dropped at any of like the happy hours that we were at.
So did your hinder.
Oh,
yes.
I dropped it low. It was my favorite party song by so far that my girlfriend's youngest son.
Yes.
When he hears it, says, that's Aunt Dee's party song. Because if that comes on, you know these hits are going. And if you have a wedding, you're worried about being boring, or even a bar mitzvah, in fact, you invite the two of us to that. Oh. You play It's Getting Hot in Here.
Listen.
And I promise you got a party on the dance floor.
Well, wait, now I do have a question for you. I'm taking you off track. JayZ last night, do you want to know how late he was for his own party?
No. Did he have a party?
4 hours. He had a big show at Yankee Stadium. He came out 4 hours late because there were gate crashers.
Like a concert?
Yeah. And I was like, how long would you wait?
Well, you're the professional concert goer. You tell me.
4 hours on a school night?
I don't wait 4 hours for crap. I mean, I don't think.
Do you know how people did it? They gate crashed. So they stormed the gates and then they're in.
This is before or after the wait.
That is what caused the wait. So all these people stormed the gates and then there's real ticket holders standing outside.
Is JayZ that big of a deal that we're storming gates?
Well, here's what it was. Beyonce, Pharrell, Usher, Rihanna. Like, it was a big show. Wow. But I mean, to even get started.
Riri? I might smash a gate for Riri.
Midnight to 3 is when he played.
Noon to 3. Well, that's when they would
You know what? That's not a bad idea. Let's do a midday.
You know, nothing against JayZ, even though don't look into the shady past. I don't know that I would crash a gate for anybody, and I don't know that I'd wait 4 hours for anybody. And quite frankly, JayZ,
outside too.
If people are paying money, you do owe it to them to show up on time. But I guess if there is a security breach,
I think that's what they were worried about.
You do have to keep them safe. And if we learn nothing from that concert many years ago, Kylie Jenner's ex.
What was that?
Remember, people got
Travis
trampled?
Scott.
Yeah,
yes.
people got trampled and actually died, lost their lives. That is one of my irrational fears. Do you ever see this on social media when people ask me what I'm most afraid about, and it's like, oh, that one day I'll fall off a cliff that I've never walked on before and actually stay alive when I hit the bottom and just slowly die and bleed out. But I can't say that because I sound crazy. So I just say I'm afraid of spiders.
Because the real one is
same. One of my fears, especially when it involves my kids, is being trampled.
Crushed by a crowd.
And I do have a little bit of rationality behind that because when I was growing up in rural Wisconsin, we had this thing called X Fest, and it was an outdoor many-day party.
Fun.
Like concert. And at the time, Green Day was, I don't know if they were up and coming or kind of mainstream, but they were a headliner. And me and my best friend, common law spouse, and marriage roommate, Anna, we were there with some friends, and you just camp out.
Yeah.
And Green Day was coming on. And so we were so excited, and we took our tiny little, 19-year-old bodies right down, and we like bobbed and weaved to get into the front.
Yeah.
And this is back when, well, A, we didn't have social media, and B, I don't know that I was super familiar with what a mosh pit was.
Oh boy.
But people started moshing to the point where I ended up face first in the dirt.
No.
With like feet on my back.
You were getting trampled.
And so was Anna. And thank God for a gigantic beast of a kid. I don't even know who he was. He grabbed
an
us
angel straight
like
from heaven,
dogs by our necks, and he grabbed us and he pushed us
to get you out.
And we like fell out of the mosh pit. Neither one of us had shoes. We had cuts all the way up and down us.
Oh my gosh,
we were
Erin.
covered in mud. And great news, we were way too ignorant and delusional to think we should probably tend to ourselves.
Or head home.
Or get home. We just went back to the tent and, threw
Rinse
a little
off
water, threw a little hose water on the feet.
Get some Bactine.
We thought we could go barefoot for the next night. There was no rules. Now, in hindsight, 30 years later, no, 25 years later, I do realize how fast you can get trampled.
You would have turned into Prescott Woman. It wouldn't have been Florida Man. It would have been Prescott Woman trampled.
Exactly. So, moral of the story is we're going to go all the way around the circle. I think I'm happy that JayZ waited 4 hours.
Yes, safety first, JayZ.
Safety first, because right. You don't want to be the cause of a little farm girl getting trampled. When the lead singer of Green Day is standing there in a leopard print Speedo and nothing else.
Let that be on your head.
Yeah, let that be there. Well, welcome into So Happy You're Here podcast. We are genuinely so happy you're here.
Absolutely.
That's Becky. Slam pig. I am Erin. We started this almost 2 years ago. Cheers, cheers. As an extension of our Saturday morning shopping show that we held for about a decade. And we are just so happy to have you all here. This is good girlfriend time to forget about the worries of the week, to forget about the to-do list. It is very, very important to have a good girlfriend conversation, even if it's about nothing, because by the time you're done, you feel better. And then you can do better throughout your week.
Have a lemonade, turn on the air conditioning.
Put your feet up.
Yeah.
Take a bath.
Take a little breather.
Take a walk. Mm-hmm. Sit outside in the grass and cry while you listen.
Is that what touch grass means?
Yeah.
Cry.
And we are not opposed to whatever you want to drink or whatever you want to do during this podcast.
Yes.
Okay. But we do like to catch up on a lot of things. And we did meet in fashion. And there's one thing I have to tell you all. We sang It's Getting Hot in Here because we are in Minnesota. And this week it's going to be 95, sunny, and very, very humid.
Not a drop of rain.
And I freaking love it.
You really do thrive.
This is where I thrive. Yeah. It is killing me that we are indoors right now, even for 1 hour to record this because I want to just sweat. Don't you love it?
Well, and you know, that was the birth of the pool, was to address days like this. This is really, I am thriving. I will tell you, yesterday though, one of my friends, Kiara, who was like you, a Minnesota Vikings cheerleader, came over to lay out by the pool.
Okay. And
I'm going to just say I have extraordinarily high confidence.
Yes, you do.
I really do.
You really do.
Fine.
Yeah.
Until
those lower abs came
Grandma's out there in her one piece.
Yeah.
And the hottest thing you've ever seen. I mean, hot as nails.
No, come on. There's like a 40 years age difference between the two of you.
She is
30?
a little tiny bit, not even, maybe late 20s.
Okay.
Not even 27. You know what I mean?
No, but there's a 30-year age gap between the two of you.
I was 27 once.
Yeah.
Right? And I'm sure I was hot as nails then. Yesterday wasn't that day. Okay. And so I was like, poor Father Phil, God love him. Mm-hmm. You know, he is a father figure and he is kind and generous. Yeah. And I was like, eyes over here.
Yeah.
We're going to talk about the Lord is what we're going to do.
Yeah, well,
we're going to have a prayer group.
I mean, first and foremost, who's the moron who invited her over?
Well, I mean, I blame myself.
You got to be picky and choosy about who you invite over.
Well, even that, I went to a party and my sister-in-law had a little party for her daughter's daughter,
yes,
right? So grandma had a
great
party.
aunt. I mean, most great aunts look great in a one piece.
Wow.
Okay.
I was rocking the great aunt vibe. The nanny came in who looks like Princess Kate.
Yeah.
And there was a little part of me that was like looking at my niece going, hey, we're going to have to hire some Uggos. What are you doing?
Wait, she hired a Princess Kate
She's
lookalike?
Beautiful girl. And of course, I promptly try to introduce her to my boys.
Yeah, as one does. Yeah. That's what a mother is for. But to arrange that marriage.
That's exactly right.
Arrange it, baby. Well, remember when Charlotte in Sex and the City had the nanny who would do cartwheels without her bra?
That's right.
That was our first official warning. We don't do that.
No.
We don't do that.
So I blame myself.
Yeah, it is your fault. I mean, you're the one who invited them over. And by the way, the youth of nowadays knows to drink water, knows to work out. When we were, what's her name's age, we were still just, I don't know.
A little Tang, a little Kool-Aid, and
Diet
my
Coke,
fingers.
Camel Light on the way you go. That was all we knew. We didn't know to go to the gym.
No.
Come on.
Gym. Get your Jane's Fonda.
I was away this past weekend with my family, my mom and dad, and my brother, my sister-in-law, their two boys, and then my family of four, the 10 of us. We went on a little trip into northern Minnesota, and Minnesota is known for their lakes, if you didn't know that. And the further north you get, kind of the bigger the lakes get. And so we went up to a lake in northern Minnesota, and we used to go there all the time when the kids were little, but then the kids got really busy over the summer and, you know, stuff happens. But since my oldest is leaving for Auburn in just a few weeks, everybody gird your loins. I'm unwell. I'm doing really weird things behind the scenes to distract myself.
We're under 20 days and counting.
Okay. Yeah, it's bad. But my mom and I were like, we should do one last family trip of 10.
Great idea.
You know, not that that's going to be our last trip ever, but now who knows? As William goes off to college, my younger son, James, starts high school, and then my next nephew starts high school. And so,
it's another calendar to worry about.
We just don't know when we're going to do a family trip of 10 again. So we went up to this quaint little resort on a northern, and I'm not going to say the name because I don't want to put them down, in northern Minnesota. And we had gone there many years ago, and it's like old school.
Yeah.
For me, it's true roughing it. It's as close to I get as camping as possible.
Is it like at Kellerman's with
stand
hearts and hands?
Without the three-piece suits. I mean, it is really old cabins from like the 1950s. I used to put my own sheets over the couch, maybe like bring my own towels.
A little Lysol never hurt anybody.
But listen, when you have 4 boys, between my 2 nephews, my 2 boys, nobody cared.
It's perfect.
So I'm the only one who cares. Anyway, since the last time we've been there, they've been renovating.
Okay.
And so way back in December, my mom was like, oh my gosh, they're rebuilding these cabins on the beach. And there's plenty of room. They're brand new. They're right on the beach. They look out at the beautiful lake.
So everyone gets their own unit, kind of?
Well, it's a big house. And what the brand new build that she found had 3 bedrooms, 1 for each couple.
Nice.
And then it had this cool like loft with beds and bunks where all the boys could stay. Perfect. And it's so fun for my nephews because my oldest is 18 and they kind of think he's awesome.
Yes.
But he's so fun, So my mom books it and she's thrilled. And we're thrilled.
This is exciting.
Okay. So tell me what you guys
Do you hear a butt coming?
Well, tell me.
Wait a second.
So I'm going to say 2 months ago, Mom, correct me if I'm wrong. She has no problem doing that. She gets a call from the resort and they say, we're so sorry to tell you the new build that you reserved is not going to be ready in time.
Oh, they're really just renovating. Mm-hmm. Okay.
But they said, but we can still accommodate your group of 10. What we will do is we have a smaller new build that could have 8.
But you're 10 total.
And then we have one of the older cabins right next door that could do the 2 of you.
Okay.
And my mom and dad have no problem staying in one of the older cabins. So they were disappointed and they said, we'll give you a little discount or what have you, but you'll have one of the newer builds for the 8. And then next door, you'll have an older cabin.
And your parents will take the older one?
Yes.
Oh,
and
nice.
And then they can come over to our cabin for, grilling and cooking. And, everybody likes to kind of make their own meals.
It's really just to sleep.
But yes, but also it's fine. It's going to be side by side. So we get there and we get to the newer cabin where the 2 families of 4 are supposed to stay. Mm-hmm. There's 2 kind of, I would call them primary suites where my brother and his wife and me and John. And then they go to the room that's supposed to have the bunk beds. Uh-oh. And it's 2 single beds.
No, we don't have enough beds.
So it's already rude because my boys are way bigger than my nephews. And I'm like, they cannot sleep on rollaways. Like they're literally bigger than the rollaways. They're bigger than the twin beds.
They'll overhang.
So number 1, there's not enough beds for everybody. Number 2, it's the backside of a building. So there's no lake view. There's no beach. The beach access, you have to walk out and around and go around.
They put baby in a corner.
They did. They put this baby in a corner.
Nope.
So we're on the back. And what we're looking out at is construction.
Absolutely not.
And then the older cabin that my parents agreed to is like 4 cabins down. So
they made it sound like it was neighbors.
Yes. So now, not only was the house not ready, but they put 8 people, which sleep 6, on a backside. And then they put my parents like 4 cabins down. Now, listen, we're still thrilled to be spending the time together. We're still thrilled to have a beautiful lake and gorgeous weather and time together.
This is a gal that's trying to work on her gratitude.
I really think that they misrepresented.
100%.
So then my mom, who's the sweetest woman in the world, and she makes everything work and she makes everything special. Even she's like feeling this, like not.
Because now she was stoked about it. Now she's disappointed.
And now they had to put 2 rollaways in my brother and my sister-in-law's room for the 2 younger kids to sleep on. So all 4 of them are in one room.
Do they really can't accommodate anything else?
No,
they're
everything's
booked up.
under construction or like. So anyway, my mom was pretty ticked off.
You never send a family van. This is
Vicky Gunvalson. Oh my God, she's the opposite of Vicky. She's like, say now, I'd like to talk, Tanya.
Yeah.
This isn't what we're expecting. But I was really proud of my mom. And so, would you have been pissed?
I would have been Vicky Gunvalson.
Okay,
losing my shite.
So,
yeah.
Of course, me and my husband were much more direct than my mom. So I'm like, Mom, John and I will go talk. And she's like, no, I got this. And Mom, I want to publicly say I'm very proud of her because she usually will make everything work for everybody else.
Yeah.
But she went directly to the general manager and was like, listen.
Unacceptable.
You just never managed our expectations. Mm-hmm. This is awful. Like, had we known we'd be 4 cabins apart, one would be facing construction.
We wouldn't have booked it.
Exactly. We wouldn't have came. We would have said.
And honestly, were you thinking about leaving? Like going to try to find something else?
The reason we didn't want to leave, and this is where I think it gets dicey in family dynamics, is like the kids really don't notice or care. And they're excited to have this family vacation.
I see. So you don't want to upend everyone's fun.
It's a lot more work for us when we're like, okay, we want to eat outside on the beach, which means we have to walk everything from our cabin that has the full kitchen, dining room, down to my parents' old cabin. oven. So we're like carrying a crock pot, you know, and I don't know how to cook anyway. So the idea that I have a crock pot in my hands as is bananas. So we're carrying things back and forth. And so
you made it work.
We totally made it work. We had a great time, but there was a lot of hassle. And the resort we stayed at did make it right with my mom.
Good.
She had to pay it. And I say my mom, it was my mom and dad, but my mom handles all of this.
Yeah.
And I was very proud of my mom for standing up for us and just saying, no, we're not going to
Good.
But you would be mad, right? We weren't overstepping.
Well, and you know what the thing is, like each of us has our own struggle. So like I am a spaz and a freaker outer, and my struggle would be to handle it more calmly, according to my boys.
Sure.
Like, please don't Karen out on this.
Yeah.
But if you're a person who normally kind of gets steamrolled, having a little
I'm very proud of my mother.
is a good thing.
Yes. And, you know, she always has the backing. Me and John are definitely the most assertive of the family of 10.
Yeah.
And maybe my sister.
But that can make other people who aren't uncomfortable.
Totally.
Like if we would get the wrong food, I would send it back and my kids would be dying a slow death. And I'm like, no, we didn't order this food. Not to be a dick, just I would handle it, I thought, lovely.
I've never seen you handle anything not lovely.
Yes.
I have seen people read you the wrong way. But I agree that you've handled everything lovely. I've watched other people still be offended because they can't handle your confidence and assertiveness.
Some people are not, they don't, well, in Minnesota too, because we're sort of the land of passive aggressive. So directness is like a foreign language. Like
my husband's West Coast directness freaks people out sometimes.
Yeah.
Because they're like, what is that rude? And I'm like, well, he's just being truthful.
Yeah.
I know we weren't always taught that. Like, we'll like kind of white lie around our way just to make people comfortable.
Totally.
Yes.
And that was, I mean, you have generations and generations raised like that.
Yeah, totally.
So when they hear someone.
So did you have a good weekend?
I had a lovely weekend. What did we do this? Well, other than being humiliated by the girl in the orange bathing suit. It's not the girl with the dragon tattoo. She
that's on you.
So pretty.
Yeah. No, that's great. I'm happy about that. But I just don't feel like you get to complain when you created that. So that's it.
I might have, you know how they have at amusement parks like height requirements for little kids? Yeah. I might have
waist requirement.
Yep. I'm going to do a measurement quick.
If you measure under a 30-inch waist,
get on that scale. And if you're not moving that second one,
you got to be size 6 or higher.
That's right.
30-inch waist or bigger.
That's right.
And you got to have. Show me at least one flabby part of skin or one cellulite part of skin.
I'm going to have my little calipers out.
I want the complete opposite of the old school sorority hazing where they would circle your fat. We want it. Bring more.
Bring it.
Bring more.
If you're rushing another house, I want you to come to my house because we're gonna take all the cast offs.
Bring more. Wait, real quick. Speaking of covering up and real hot weather.
Yes.
Just because we all met in fashion, get your scarves out, people. Everybody should be wearing a scarf. So add a scarf to your tank top. It doesn't add a lot of heat. It adds great style. Cute. Put it around your waist. We've talked about this now 3 or 4 times on the podcast. I can't stress it enough. And I think a lot of people are doing it where you're going to have about 1 year to enjoy this.
Oh, you think it's going to be here and gone?
Yeah, because some of the basic retailers are starting to trip it out.
Then it's...
So I want, you know what I'm saying?
Then it's over.
It's to style out a scarf around your neck.
Are you seeing it like out in the world? Like...
Yeah, really cool. Like a slouchy scarf tied around a low slung, like a silky skirt and then a tank top.
Pretty.
Yeah. Or just if you want to wear a plain tank top and jeans, just tie one bandana style or twist it and do a little knot around your...
Cute.
Or put it in your hair. Just get your scarves out and wear them.
Boy, I've been seeing some of the tricks on how you do the headscarf thing. You know, where you basically take your hair, do the flat part under, and it gives you a little bit prettier fold.
When I wore a full headscarf for my girlfriend's wedding last October, everybody kept asking me how I kept it in. I just tied it around my head.
Really?
Yeah.
And it wasn't slip sliding away?
Not that I know of.
I think this one went underneath the pony just so that it held the knot, you know, so it was like flat to the forehead and not too much extra fabric.
I just think they look so classy.
Oh, it's so pretty.
And so pretty. And if you don't want to do the waist, of course, you can still tie it around your handbag. You could do a cute little, you could loop it with your gold bracelets.
Oh, I do love that. That's pretty.
You could mix and match that. But anyway, get your scarves out and wear them and enjoy them because I think it's going to get beaten like a dead horse after about a year.
So
just take advantage of it now.
Okay, good.
For 3 generations, Elizabeth Grant has been delivering results. This is the only skincare collection in the world that offers essence of Jerusalem that has literally transformed millions of people's skin around the world. And now they're exclusively supporting our podcast and all of you with an exclusive coupon code, Turkey25. Yep, Turkey25. Use that when you shop at elizabethgrant.com. Start with the essence of Jerusalem, the first ever serum in the beauty market, and then explore the rest of the collection. They have something for every skincare need, every age, every skin type, and they have an exclusive coupon code just for our listeners. It's Turkey25. Head to elizabethgrant.com and enjoy shopping with your exclusive discount.
Anyway, so while I was up north with my family, I heard that you had some debacles at home.
Oh, for the love. Okay.
Now,
Holding
you
it down
were bragging.
here in
Yeah,
town.
so Becky was bragging before the 4th of July. Becky bragged that she was able to hire house cleaners.
After 2 years, mind you, and I didn't realize I'd lost track.
To mind you. So she was going to have house cleaners come and deep clean her house.
Yes, because
to
we were having a
prepare for the
party.
4th of July. Now,
And Aaron said you should have had it after. Which is true.
and I said, why don't you have the cleaners after?
Absolutely should
And we
have.
didn't get to discuss it last week because we had our sweet friend Megan Mack on. Hope you got to listen to that episode.
Oh, that was a fun one.
How did it go having cleaners back in the house? And I am just giving you a platform to keep bragging.
Well, it was such a
about how
treat.
rich you are.
It was such a treat because I have been a frugal queen the last 2 years, and I have cut back in that area. You know, scrubbing toilets. Listen, don't cry for me, Argentina. It's fine. So I'm having this party. I just want to treat myself. I'm going to have the house cleaners come in. They have been there a million times.
They haven't been there in 2 years, but the same place has been here
They know how long it takes.
many times.
And I just don't understand why we're creating fire every time we do it.
And you have a beautiful home,
Thank you.
like a colonial 2-story. If you ever want to stalk her.
It's not like a mansion by any means.
I was just going to say, you have a stunning home, plenty of room for a party and for your family, but it isn't like
It's a family
It's not a
van.
palace.
No.
Yeah.
It's
Stunning though. It's
Here-
beautiful.
Here's the only thing. The Fonzie's room above the garage, and there's
So
a
you
little
have living quarters above the garage.
Yeah.
And then they have like their colonial.
and there's like a little gym, and all they have to do is vacuum those areas. It's really not a big deal.
Okay.
But it feels like a big deal because you leave the house and go out to the garage.
separate living area.
So I get that it kind of seems like it's a bigger deal, but it doesn't matter. They know how long it takes. Long story longer. They arrive.
How excited are you?
So excited. Like, this is a treat for me. This is like a spa day for me.
Yes.
And I'm doing yard work while they're inside. I'm outside. I'm multitasking. I'm making it happen.
Let's not forget, Becky once canceled a recording of this podcast
That's right.
to decorate her home with fall decor because her financial advisor was coming for a meeting.
For a 1 hour.
If you don't think this bitch be going crazy to have a huge house full of people for the 4th of July.
Listen.
Okay. So
That
this
bunting is
one,
not going to hang itself.
She takes it very seriously.
And America was turning 250 years old. It was a
Listen.
big birthday party.
Yes. And if this one's not celebrating, who is?
Listen,
Carry on.
that Lee Greenwood's not going to sing itself. There's a lot to be
Yes.
done. And by the way, you're planting things you've never planted. You're going all out. So they arrive. We're getting the lay of the land. Everything's going great. First interaction was there was an old iPad that I had that I threw away. Sue me, not recycling. So one of the gals
You're
says,
supposed to recycle iPads?
I think so.
Fun fact, the Newbergs have never owned an iPad. Not
You
one of us have
haven't?
ever owned one. Is that wild?
That is wild.
I don't know why not.
This thing wouldn't even take a new app. Like, this is the original iPad. I think I just threw it in the trash.
Vintage.
So she said, "Can I take it?" And I said, "For sure." But I'm going to warn you, like, it doesn't work very well.
Do you still have all your old nudes on it? You want to?
Oh my gosh.
Do you want to
I didn't
erase
think
those?
about that. Oh no. What if there is still? Oh Lord, now you've got me really spiraling.
Do you have any sexy pictures?
Can you imagine?
Finances?
If the OnlyFans
Your
really
OnlyFans trial run is on that original iPad.
This is going to have like little kid.
Be a little grainy. but-
Ranger Rick. It's going to have some stuff on it. Anyway,
Okay.
so that's a first interaction. No big deal. I don't care. I take her out to the Fonzie's room above the garage, and we're setting up again for the garage sale. So that there's stuff in the garage, and she sees like a weed whip, and she points to that. And I said, "Oh, no. I'm going to keep that. Like, that's not in the sale." And then she points to like a mirror. And I said, "Oh, no. Like, that's just storage." So I'm kind of getting my spidey sense is up a little bit because now we're on 3, 4, 5 things that she's like sort of eyeing.
Sure.
Which I don't love, but it's also fine. I wasn't super stressed.
Well, I
yet.
love the recycling part. Like I love
reusing.
Of course, yes.
That part's okay. So then everything's going okay until I hear shattering. And a frame has now broken. It's 4 pictures.
Yeah.
One of them, the frame is broken. The glass is broken. Okay.
And that happens.
Totally get it.
That's happened in my house.
If you take all these things separately, I'm not even freaked out yet.
Sure.
I'm okay.
Oh, yet. Okay.
Until they got there around 8. At the noon mark, I walk in the house. Everything is torn apart. The blinds are kind of halfway done. There's rugs. There's still dog hair everywhere. And they gone.
They're out.
Gone.
They left.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I called the company and I said, are they just going to lunch? When can I expect?
Because you don't have their personal phone numbers.
Mm-mm.
Okay.
Because this is through a service.
Got it.
And she's like, no, they're booked for 4 hours and they did their 4 hours. And I said, but it's halfway done. And she's like, well, we can come on Monday. Now, remember, the party is on Saturday.
And this is a woman who got a velvet pumpkin just for her financial planner.
Several.
I can't even imagine. What did you do?
Lost my family
Were you
van.
yelling at that?
Vicky Gunvalson did. I was like, and by the way, it's on text. So I'm voice to text.
No.
Absolutely not.
Oh, no.
And then I can't type fast enough. I can't scream into the phone fast enough. This lovely customer service woman sent a new team.
Okay.
But bear in mind, they don't know where in the
they don't know where the
process.
start and stop has happened.
Right.
Yes. And everybody kind of has their own method of cleaning.
Exactly.
Yes.
And I was trying to explain, I don't know where they left off. I think the bathrooms are done. I think the kitchen looks...
I'm planting begonias for the first
just can't
time.
be bothered.
Yes.
Yeah. I'm making America out here.
Yes.
I'm planting new grasses.
Yes.
Long story longer. They come. The second team comes.
Same
Everything
day?
looks amazing. I'm at the candle lighting portion of the programming, which everybody knows is the most important part of the house cleaning process. Yeah. I've got some house spray going. I've got the candles going.
Everything's clean. They did a great job. Good.
And I'm like just doing little refinements now. And I love it. The beds are made. It's just, I'm so excited. I go to get ready to go to dinner and I'm doing my makeup and I brush up my eyebrows and I go to reach for my eyebrow scissors. It's gone. And that thing is in the same spot every single day. It is never in a different spot. Now, I understand it's a teeny tiny little pink sharp ass scissor.
Now, let me be devil's advocate because every time anybody touches James's room, it could be me, it could be my mom, it could be the once in a while we have the cleaners.
Yeah.
James always blames us. And he'll say, you put it somewhere. And I say, no, you put it somewhere. I picked up. If you don't put it away, it's your fault if I put it away somewhere else. Could that have happened to you?
In the spirit of rule out, you're the asshole, which is my mantra, my life's work.
Yes.
Rule it out. I cannot promise you that in the pre-clean freak out, which everybody does, you got to clean for the cleaners.
Okay.
Is it possible that I,
Did you go through those drawers?
Aaron, I lost my mind.
You went through everything?
Everything. I tore everything that they did great.
Yeah.
I undid turning the house upside down, looking for a scissor. It is that big. It's so good and so sharp. Yeah. But I use it every day.
You do? Is that why your brows are so perfect? Mine are out of control.
Brush, trim. I know where it is. I don't believe that I moved it. Okay. Out of everything that happened, the debacle of the leaving.
So are we just sharing this as girlfriends or did you call the company and say my tiny little pink scissors is missing?
I created a PowerPoint presentation, an Excel spreadsheet, receipts, proof, timelines. I called the company and lost
Rebecca over
my
a little
mind.
scissor?
Here's the thing. Of all the things, like Phil said, do I ever get you back again? Because you're gone. Like you are.
Do you think this is
it might be a cry for help.
Or is this an estrogen problem?
It
like, do
might
we need
be.
some hormone replacement therapy?
Low T? I don't know. What do we have? I don't know what it is. But I was so mad about that scissors of everything that happened.
You don't get mad about anything.
I know because I'm pretty sure it was taken.
Okay.
And I mean, and by the way, I understand.
So out of character for you.
I know. I understand these things can happen. And I was so good about all of the things. Except for the scissors. Teeny tiny.
Not the broken glass.
That's replaceable.
Not.
And so is the eyebrow scissor, by the way, too.
I was just going to say, I'd be happy to buy you
one.
The
thing.
And it's like a whoopee for you because you are known for great eyebrows. So I'm sure that,
I'm in there with a left-handed Fiskars trying to do it this morning because I didn't have my good scissors.
How did they respond to you?
They said, would a 50% reduction do the trick. And it was a pretty significant charge.
Oh God, I can't imagine what it would cost to clean your house.
Well, you know what? It didn't take much to calm me down. I was like, 50% discount.
All of a sudden,
Fabulous.
What scissors are you talking about? I don't remember an eyebrow scissor.
I can go on Amazon and replace that for $4.99. I'm A-okay, baby.
Guys, we need to keep a close eye on Rebecca because I have watched way worse things happen to Becky.
No problem.
I have seen people insult you to your face.
Yes.
I've watched people.
Job loss.
I have literally sat in a room with people who withheld tens of thousands of dollars from you. She didn't get that mad. She was super reasonable. But there was an episode in her dressing room that we have never addressed that you didn't get that mad about.
I think it might be like an OCD thing. When you have the same steps and patterns that you follow and you don't, I think it might be that.
Sure. So lesson learned. You can you can do wild things in Becky's dressing room when she's not there. You can insult her to her face, but you cannot take her scissors.
And by the way, there could have been, maybe they were mad. Maybe that second group was mad. I don't know. And by the way, it could still be in a drawer somewhere that I don't know.
Maybe they got tossed, thrown away.
Could be.
They could have, like, what if you left them and accidentally, like, just swiping off
and it does say if your surfaces aren't, you need to leave it the way you want it.
Okay.
Very possible. But boy, oh boy, a nice discount, really, that'll calm the savage beast.
She would rather have a 50% discount on one house cleaning than be paid for a month's worth of work.
That's right.
It's the principle, people.
That's girl math, though. It's like my house is clean and I get 50% off.
The candles are lit I saved a few $100.
You guys, that feeling of and that deep clean, I'm talking baseboards and windowsills, just the blinds, everything.
So good.
Hallelujah.
So did you end up having a good 4th of July party then?
It was very, very fun.
Was everybody so impressed with how clean it was?
Well, that's the thing. I was like, who wants to lick the floor? Get in there. Go ahead.
Well, it was also beautiful. Did anybody even go inside?
No, we did because we got rain here. We had a huge torrential rainstorm.
That's right.
And we had to bust out the karaoke.
Oh, that's right. You told us.
And that was a real fun time.
Okay. So anyway, let's just keep an eye together. Let's just, as friends, this is what friends do.
We'll put a pin in this.
We have to be honest when we are unreasonable and we have to share it with our girlfriends.
I'm not proud of it.
Keep an eye on it.
Yeah.
We're going to keep an eye on that.
Keep it in check.
But I also have to remind you that how important and powerful words can be. And Becky and I, just a few weeks ago, were talking about squatters.
Oh, Lord.
And this happens to us all the time. And I don't know if this happens to you guys, but sometimes we'll be talking about a former coworker or a mutual friend, and they'll call or text one of us.
Instantly.
It happens all the time. Or we'll say something and a week later it will come true.
Right.
So 2-3 weeks ago on the podcast, we were talking about Becky's obsession with squatters.
Flash. I love this show.
But you got to be very careful about how you talk about that, because then what happened with squatters in your own home?
I think I manifested.
Okay, what happened?
A squatter story. So last recording, when we were with Megan Mack, I got in my car, and remember, it's been 1,000 degrees here
We're just not used to it here. You know how some people close down if there's a dusting of snow?
Yeah.
When we get 95 degrees and hot, some of us sit and just bask in it. Other people are like, what are we going to do? And our cars aren't used to it.
Where's my fan?
I swear my car does better in the snow than it does in the heat.
No,
everything.
Electrical systems are melting down.
Yes.
I opened the door, and my rearview mirror, the one inside the car, fell off it was so hot that whatever adhesive
just melted down from it.
Yeah, it was just hanging there by wires. So I'm driving home with this janky ass.
Thank God we're only a mile from each other.
That's right. It was safety first.
Remember one time when Becky said she was going to start walking here every time for exercise? She's never walked here.
I did plot out how many steps it was going to be. I thought
we live less than a mile from each other, and she has driven her car every single time.
Every single time. Okay, even in the most perfect day.
I ride my hog to her house.
Yeah,
but anyway,
you do.
Yes.
Again, health nut. Mm-hmm. So I'm holding this damn mirror. I start calling to get it repaired, and nobody will do it. They're like, you have to get the windshield replaced.
Oh,
long
really?
story longer. So it's
Seems
just a
insane.
pain in the hinder.
Yeah.
I call this guy. I knew it was a little bit of it. We're getting lower on the list.
Sure.
We're getting into the janky territory.
Like you're getting like my dad and his friend Fuzzy.
That's what I want. And I was one step away from going to the O'Reilly myself and getting some glue. So this guy, I explained my plight, and he's one of these guys. I said, nobody will do it because they want me to get a new windshield. Well, that's because people don't want to work anymore these days. And I was like, you're my guy. I love this guy. He's instantly got a chip on his shoulder, and he's going to be over there.
He belonged at your 4th of July party.
I love it. He would have been perfect.
He would have been.
$100. This guy's going to do it. So he comes in, he does it, glues her up. We're A-okay. He wants to work. I think he wanted cash, but I didn't have any. So then I said, can I Venmo you? In the time that we were trying to exchange Venmos and do that, he begins to tell me his entire life story.
Which is appropriate.
Starts with losing custody, or no, his wife losing custody of his kids. He's got custody of the kids. The wife is an alcoholic. Now, mind you, we have had a 5-minute conversation and I'm just meeting him for the first time.
That's right.
It spins into the mom and the sister came to his house to babysit his kids, and it was a snowy night, and they said they didn't want to drive because it was too snowy for them. And they stayed overnight and they never left.
His mom and
his own family.
Was he like, I would love for you to stay?
No, you got to go. And they said, no, we get our mail here. They are squatting in his own home. And I was like, this is all I think about.
You created this.
I think so.
You found him. See the power of words, because you're into squatting.
Yeah.
Like, not personally.
And of all the phone calls I made, I didn't make a love connection. And I find...
So is he friendly with his mom and sister, or do they hate each other?
It's so contentious because sometimes because he's raising these kids alone, and I'm praying for him. Like, I ended this with a prayer with him,
right,
that he does sort of need the help, but he also wants them to go, and they won't go. And I was like, what do you do?
How old is this sister?
I think the sister's in her 50s. I think the mom's in her 70s. Like, this is a real problem. So in a way, he does occasionally need help, but there's no place in this house for 2 extra people.
So, and the kids live there?
The kids are there. He's got 3 kids. He's got him, and now he's got his mom and his sister.
I feel like I want my rearview mirror to fall off so I can
want
him
you to meet
over.
him. I know. And I'm sitting here brainstorming. I'm like, surely
Did you share your obsession with squatting with him?
He knows about Flash too. He knows all the methods.
So what legal rights could he...
What he would have to do is start eviction process, because they are now claiming that this is their legal home, even though they had a place to live before. They let it go because now
they pay into the rent?
Not a cent.
That
and they eat his
so
food.
Rude.
Right. And I don't think they're contributing other than helping sometimes with the kids.
That is so rude.
But what would you do if it was family? I have never thought about this. Like, in the shows, it's always like a stranger, or it's usually not a relative.
Or a mom. Like, you don't want to kick your mom out.
Right.
But
what do you
also,
do?
How rude of the...
To have no boundaries. Yeah. I know it.
Did he give you his address you could go out and visit?
I might have to.
You send...
Literally, I was so frustrated because you know how my blood boils about this. And then I thought, if it's your own family, you can't get out of it.
Because Becky has a high regard for justice. She
yes.
wants everything to work out the way it's supposed to.
Yes. And this one was so unjust. And there's no way, I mean, there's no fixing it.
Yeah, but if your mother moved in, hi, Miss Jackie, and she wouldn't move out, you wouldn't do anything. I wouldn't, Mom, if you move in, although my husband at one point begged her to move in because he just says things work better when she's...
The food's better.
I'm trying not to take that as an insult.
But I told you the time I said to my mom, would it be easier if you just lived with us? And she said, who said I wanted to live with you?
Yeah, I know my mom doesn't want to live with us either. She said, I'm not there.
No.
The unhired help.
That's right.
I did say, though, that I would build a little padded house in the back of my yard.
This would be cute.
Like a little mother-in-law house.
Yeah.
And I kind of joke about padding, but, safety first. A 1 level. And I said, I'll just put my mom out there. And then any of her friends or other, women of a certain age just want to sit out there and just sort of run into each other and talk all day.
Like a jazzy she shed.
Yeah.
I like the idea of a little house, those tiny houses.
I think it's great.
I do too.
And I think we could put one in our backyard.
For sure you could.
Miss Jackie and my mom could live there together.
It's called an accessory dwelling unit. I've actually looked it up.
Have you really?
Mm-hmm. ADU. Yeah. You can have a little separate house, or you could have sometimes they'll do those Airstreams.
Yeah.
Those cool.
So then maybe your new friend, what's his name?
I can't. I don't want to say because I feel like I'm in
my mind. His name's
law.
Floyd, but I'm not quite sure.
Yeah. Let's go with it.
You should send Floyd a note and say, have you looked into putting like an Airstream on your property?
That's a great, what?
And then tell your mom and sister, like, okay, we can share this property, but you need to live in a separate building.
Go out to the trailer, go out to the truck or whatever.
Yeah.
I love that. I might actually follow up with that.
You should follow up with
That's the kind of problem solving I was looking for when I resorted to prayer.
See?
On honestly though, but I will tell you quietly and selfishly, I was like, this conversation's never going to end. So I need to close in prayer.
Oh, okay.
Because it kept going.
So you whipped out scripture just to get on with your day.
Well, I had to wrap her up somehow.
Yeah.
So I was like, how do we normally, like in church, let's close and go in peace to love and serve the Lord.
Yes. Yes. Like, did you fake
But Aaron, in that time, we got a lot of information.
Did you share anything about your life with
Not
him?
a cent, not a minute, not a.
Okay. And sometimes,
when
people just need somebody to
share-
talk to.
But when they share too, like an overshare with us, when you meet somebody like that.
People overshare with you and they overtouch with you.
Maybe that's it.
And that's just your cross to bear for being so darn friendly and overly confident. I have been told I have a resting bitch face. Nobody should.
You do not.
People have told me that many times.
Father Phil has it. Legitimately.
Yeah, so does John. Yeah. John and Father Phil have it, which I kind of like, actually.
It feels mildly threatening.
I don't want anyone to feel invited into my husband's space. That's my space.
I will tell you, if Father Phil had been engaging, encountering this man, that wouldn't have happened.
He wouldn't have told him. No. I've got a good girlfriend, Alicia Muff, and you, where people will just tell their wildest stories to them. All their deep secrets.
Just out of the wood. And I will tell you, my sympathy is very, very high. Like for things like that, for people, I have very low sympathy. If you're an asshole and you can fix it, I have very low sympathy.
Yeah.
But this kind of situation, I'm just like, oh, my heart breaks.
Or do you know, there's certain people who create their own chaos. And I'm like, I don't have a lot of sympathy for that. You created that, right? I don't have sympathy for you that you felt bad because you invited a professional cheerleader in her 20s over your pool. I have no sympathy. You created that yourself. That's on you.
You could have seen that coming a mile away.
Yeah, I've got eyes. Okay? But I do
and also, I could have sat inside in the cool. I didn't have to put a bathing suit on. I could have.
That would be leaving her outside with your man.
Oh, that's a good point. That's not a good plan
listen,
either.
Father Phil's not stepping on Becky.
He couldn't get down there fast enough, by the way, either. We got home from that 1-year-old party. He was in a suit, like a shot out of a cannon.
He had appetizers and snacks.
I'm
and
self-tanning. I'm in there tweezing.
All of a sudden, the boom box is going, it's getting hot in here. He's dropping it low. Oh, do you want to teach me your routines?
Maybe you should do a little.
Hey, remind me of that one move you used to do like this.
Is that how it went?
Oh, no, I've never seen that before. Oh, no. Oh, you get lower and your booty goes further back? I never knew that. Tell me more.
Take that, rewind it back. Is that how it goes?
No, she threw her back out. She's upstairs in the air conditioning, plucking her eyebrows.
She's looking for a scissor.
Yeah. No, Becky, she died. We haven't seen her in years.
We don't speak of it.
No. Yeah. R.I.P. Grief is the ultimate aphrodisiac.
Some glass repairman swept her away.
Who's that over there? Don't look in there. That's the cleaning lady. Yes, she has curly hair like Becky, but that's not Becky. That's the cleaning lady. Anyway.
Have you seen those videos where the lady will say, she's talking about how really complaining about all the cleaning lady and the cook around here, and it's her. It's her.
There's lots of complaints about the cook in our house. And it's me. I'm sorry. Okay,
Lord.
so more family drama, not about us by
Yes.
any means. But I did hear that our dear friends, Prince Harry and Meghan Markle, headed back over to the UK.
Well,
Now, I haven't paid attention because I was on a little northern Minnesota trip with my family. So have you heard anything? What do you know from headlines and hearsay?
Were you on a social media? Do you cleanse yourself from that when you're on travels like this?
I don't do a cleanse, but I don't know if this ever happens to you guys. If I pick my phone up and look at it, everybody's like, oh my God, you're always on your phone.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I really don't feel like I'm always on my phone. I feel like I'm pretty thoughtful about it. Mm-hmm. And also my phone is my camera.
Right.
And like the text messages of, James started driver's ed today.
Oh my Lord.
2026 has been tough on me, you guys. In
So
all
much
the right
change.
ways. Both of my boys got baptized.
Yeah.
Confirmed. Graduated 8th grade, graduated high school, off to college, off to high school, and my baby's in driver's ed.
Wow.
What the fuck?
This is a lot.
What the F word? I mean, it's so much.
What the frick?
What the frick? Utah moms? Like, I'm so grateful for all of it. And 2026 has been such like a fabulous year of just wonderful things.
Yeah.
But as the mother of it, it's also hard on my heart because it's all moving so fast and there's such monumental moments that are now passing me by.
Well, and you know what will happen now? This happened to me the other day. We had a little party for, long story, but it was a friend. And a younger group of people they were rolling through, and we don't change. I realize this. We've looked like this since they were 8 years old.
Right.
And they come in and Phil's like, which one is that?
Yeah.
Who is that? Because we have watched these children go from age 8 to age 18, 28.
Yes.
And I can't keep track of it. And that's what's happening is we are standing still and it feels like life is, these little kid lives are zooming by.
Yeah. I do want to correct you on something. I have changed. I got home from my up north vacation and I looked in the mirror and Charlize Theron from Monster was looking back at me.
You were shower free.
It was a cross between that and Gary Busey. I was
you said the Octomom.
I was a dead ringer. So I have changed. I put my face in a bowl of ice. I slathered on any moisturizer I could find.
Yeah.
I had oils and moisturizers. I had 6 red lights all over my face. I was sitting out in the humidity trying to get more moisture on my face. I mean, I got home from up north and I looked in that mirror and I thought, who in the Gary Busey is standing in front of me?
Who's that?
No, you know who
I
remember I resembled this fellow a few years back. Remember when Ozzy Osbourne passed away? And I'm not kidding. I woke up the day after he died and I looked in the mirror and I thought, oh God, he's been reincarnated through me. Like Whoopi Goldberg and Patrick Swayze's body in Ghost. But it was me and Ozzy Osbourne during his drug infused days.
And it's getting to the point now when we go out someplace and I see overhead lighting, I'm like, can you find another table for us?
Or if there's direct sunlight on my face, I have to have a sunglass this big so you can't actually see what's happening.
Full
I need
coverage.
to cover everything.
Yeah.
And then I just start doing like little girl lipstick all over my bottom of my face. So you just can't see what's happening. Anyway, neither here nor there. We go back to 2026 has been a big year for me.
Yes.
Okay. So I wasn't taking a social media break while I was up north, but I was trying to be more mindful about when I look at my phone because every time I look at it, even if I'm signing James up for driver's ed or taking a photo, people think I'm just staring at the internet. So I didn't look into Harry and Meghan going to the UK.
Well,
but what do you know from your headlines?
I believe it's a Wimbledon miracle because we just finished Wimbledon. Sinner won for the men. There were 2 Czech ladies. This is what happens. If it's not a U.S. person, I don't mean to be a nationalist. 2 Czech ladies. I don't know. So one of them won. So
I've heard they're great though.
Terrific. I mean, it's great tennis, but out of Wimbledon comes this miracle of King Charles. I was going to say Prince. King Charles reaching out to Harry and Meghan, offering them an olive branch, inviting them back into the fold. I don't know if they got security or not. That was one of the things they were debating. Could the crown cover their security? This has always been an issue. Right. Who pays for the security? But they're back. They're with their grandpa. The kids were with the grandpa. Now, we're still not.
Lilibet and what's his name? Asher? No. Starts with an A. Archie
yep.
And Lilibet. Okay.
Yep. And I think he is unwell. I think the king is unwell. I think he's been battling cancer.
King Charles?
Yeah. So I think he is really having this sort of end of life kind of reconciliation moment. So that is brilliant.
But wait, wasn't Harry on his way over, whether King Charles invited him over or not? Harry was going for the Invictus Games.
Yeah,
correct?
He's got to market that.
So he was going because that's kind of his big philanthropic, and the games are for veterans,
yes,
correct?
It's amazing charity.
Yes. So he headlines that. He kind of...
And here's my feeling. This is where he thrives. He needs to be in the motherland because he doesn't have a job here. What does he actually do with his day to day? Literally up in the morning. I know they have kids. I know they're raising children, but this guy needs a hobby. He needs something to do. He has to go back to London.
Well, I agree with you. And how long can they afford their lifestyle? Because everyone keeps dropping Meghan. Now, remember how we flip flop, and I reserve the right to flip flop as much as I like on Meghan Markle.
Yes.
So right out of the gates, die hard, ride or die with her. Then after a while, I was like, okay, this is a total grifter, and I think she has a narcissism problem. Then I went back to, no, she was just protecting Harry and her kids from the dark elite world that only a few of them would actually know about, a la Epstein handlers.
Yes, like real
Prince Andrew, elite
forces of
demons.
darkness. Yeah.
Yes. I am back to, I think Meghan has a narcissism problem.
She's supremely unlikable. I'm going to say this.
So beautiful.
I mean, right. And this, it troubles me to say it because I want to support her, but she is so unlikable.
Well, so did she go to the UK with him?
I think they all went, but here's the problem. They still have not connected with the brother.
Yeah. And here's your point. When you say Meghan's unlikable, I can't put a finger on it. I don't know what it is. It would happen in our industry all the time. Even, I'm not trying to say we're adjacent with the royals, but in the television industry, it would happen
all the time.
You would screen test somebody. And for whatever reason,
they could be the most beautiful creature,
successful, well-spoken, smart, stunning. And you would screen test and be like, there is no connection, no authenticity.
Right.
And unfortunately, I think that's happening with Meghan. Mm-hmm. And there is something about Catherine that is just so, I saw her at Wimbledon.
Oh, she sat in the box. I mean, she's first of all stunning to look at.
But it's the perfect combination of aspiration and warmth.
And the presence.
And the way she has a conversation with people and holds herself. And listen, I'm sure it's a very tough job. And then there's something about Meghan. And even if she does it exactly like Kate, I can't put my finger on it. It's not welcoming.
Here's what I think. She is meant to be an actress. There are people who are meant to read other people's lines. You know, when you would see her on Suits, great. Everybody loved her. She is meant to play somebody else.
Right. And there's nothing wrong with that.
That's exactly right. She should just be an actress, do what she's great at. Those little kids, though, who are Kate's kids?
George and Charlotte.
Are they growing up to be the most lovely?
You know who I really want to get to know, though? That third one, Louis. Oh, yeah. He just seems like a party.
He's the wild card.
Oh, he's like he's James. A fun time.
Yeah.
You know he's a good time, and that's why he doesn't always go to Wimbledon.
That's right.
Because you know he'd say something that he shouldn't have.
You can't keep that magic in a box.
That just these two crazy ants would laugh at, right?
So good.
So this is the thing, though. They go back to the UK, and they say they want security.
Yeah.
Okay. This is where they lose me for a little bit, too. And this is where I'm starting to think...
Like, should we have a monarchy at all? Is that where you're going?
No, this is where they start to lose me. You didn't want to do the work of the royal family. And I don't blame you. That would probably be hard on me as well. Okay. I like a pool party.
Going to a hospital, going to like spread joy. And that's really all they have to do.
I love that. But on the flip side, you know, you live in the damp, cold castles. You don't get to wear a swimsuit and lay in the pool on a Sunday. Yeah. You know, so I get it. Like if you don't want that lifestyle, but I just feel like they still think they get it both ways. And it's been 6 years.
Without the work.
Yes. And also, I have no doubt that Meghan had a hard time. But you said so many bad things about them publicly. Like, again, I would never, after my family's trip up north for, 5 days as a family of 10, 90% of it is fun and exciting and we had a great time. 10% of it, I could have ripped some of their heads off and they could have done the same to me. We don't publicly say that to each other.
What do they say? Familiarity breeds contempt.
What does that mean?
The more around someone you are, it's like you start to pick up all the little... the ticks and the things that you don't like.
Yeah.
So what do they say? Absence makes the heart grow fonder.
Yes.
It's just too much time together.
But stop.
You don't have to call it out every single.
Well, we need security. Listen, you decided to step away. You've made your bed. If you want to go to the UK and you think you need security, then you need to hire a security team. Well, that's how I think.
And she goes on and makes this video and she's trying to be more like human, showing the family.
Meghan is? Okay.
Yeah, that was part of, and you watch it and you're like, no, I still don't buy it.
Well, and also you've decided not to be part of that the firm. So stop pretending you're a part of it.
Mm-hmm. She's still the Duchess of Sussex.
Well, that's the other thing. You didn't want to be a part of it, but you still use your Royal Highness names. I don't know if that's appropriate.
I don't think it is either.
No, I'm not an expert on any of that.
You know what it made me think of, though? It's a good video. What? A good forward-facing video. One that we're very proud of.
What?
Your boy.
What boy?
Justin.
Oh, my God.
And the wife.
Okay. So on the opposite end. So anyway, Harry and Meghan went over to the UK. I think that they need to make amends with Charles.
I do too.
I think they need to extend an olive branch. Meghan and Harry need to extend an olive branch to William and Kate.
Yeah.
For the children's sake.
I do too.
And then I think they should still just come back and live in California.
And they didn't really abdicate the throne, did they? Like he didn't legitimately, legally, he just moved. So what if he went back and said, this was a terrible mistake. I need to.
Could you trust him though?
I don't know.
Because, okay, the way he wrote in his book, The Spare, about William, I think to myself, my younger son could write like that about my older son as well. They're brothers. Like,
they have their own experience.
He could say, like, my James could say, Will treated me like crap when his friends were over and didn't let me hang out with them.
And that's his truth.
And it is. But isn't that how all siblings are? I mean, you know, he could say, oh, one time we, you know, got in a fist fight and my brother punched me hard in the stomach and it hurt.
But do you think a publisher would have given him a book if he didn't say, like, no way, no publisher is going to say, I just want to hear about how much you miss your mom and how wonderful your brother is.
Of course.
They want the juice.
Of course. But what I'm saying is, could you really try? I mean, I don't know if I have no doubt it happened. And remember, one of our listeners a few months back was like, you have no idea what it's like to be on that level.
Right,
I agree.
Right.
But I also don't think you have to make it so
like
public.
with the Beckhams.
Totally. I don't think you have to make it so public. Anyway.
Don't embarrass the family. I mean, like, that would be something I would hope that even if my boys had those stories to tell, you know, you would say, don't embarrass yourself for the, right?
Yes.
Or your school or your friends or, right?
Well, I think there's dignity.
That's
and
it.
There's dignity in, sometimes I think the most powerful one is the most silent one. And, you know, maybe why the Crown always says never complain, never explain.
Yeah.
Obviously, when I think it comes to the level of like the Prince Andrew allegations, you must explain yourself and you must be, you know, brought to justice. But Harry and Meghan, you made everything so public. You made a big splash of everything. You dragged the family name. I think that you should go over, extend an olive branch, make things good with your dad, and hopefully for the sake of all the children, George, Charlotte, my favorite Louis, Lilibet, and Archie, you can make things better for the next generation.
And maybe the message is, if you're living an authentic life, not one that's for publicity, for public perception, I think that's where it's turned on her, is that she was doing this to garner our support against and to get people against them.
Right.
Which is, you know.
It just doesn't feel authentic when you said we didn't want to be this public. We didn't want to do all this stuff, but you're now trying to do it all on your own in a separate way. It just doesn't feel authentic. Now, to your point, you flip all of that. What does feel authentic? And where silence reigned supreme.
Holy cow, is this powerful?
My boy.
Yep.
Hot as nails.
He is really,
smokes.
holy cow, is he
Justin
cute.
Baldoni has broke his silence on the near 2-year battle with Blake Lively. And if you want to see how to handle PR like a
Champion.
absolute
rock star. Yeah, he really did.
Justin Baldoni, his wife Emily, who's drop dead gorgeous.
And you know what is interesting? It's like she was there the whole time, but even if I were questioning him, I kind of wanted to hear from her more throughout this whole thing. Boy, oh boy, coming out of the gates hot with this video.
So you'll remember back in 2024, Blake Lively accused Justin Baldoni of sexual harassment and inappropriate behavior on the set of It Ends With Us. It was clear to me from the beginning, not from Becky, our resident slam pig.
Well, I was what? The doubting Thomas. I was the devil's advocate.
It was clear to me from the beginning.
Devil has enough advocates.
Blake Lively has there's some sort of issue, an ego issue. We've watched it all play out over the past 2 years. She burnt all bridges with most celebrity friends, including her friend Taylor Swift, who did not invite her to her wedding.
Right.
I think enough video evidence has been out over and over and over the years that she really has an ego problem and has bullied a lot of people. And as she continues to smear Justin Baldoni, he was perfectly silent.
Yeah.
He said nothing. And just last week, him and his wife, I thought, did the best job. They put their own video out on his page.
Yeah.
And they said, we're filled with gratitude. Thank you for having discernment.
Yeah.
Thank you for using your gut intuition. And she, his wife, not Justin, his wife, Emily, said, what hurts the most is that this was...
the whole thing with the guys was under women.
Yes,
protecting.
This was pretending to be a fight for women.
Yeah.
And it wasn't.
Oh,
and
it was like zing. That was it.
They've said over the past 2 years, they have tried to speak out. They always thought this is the right time to say something. And for whatever reason, it wasn't the right time. And then like, it finally feels like the right time to say something.
Well, and they have legally been pretty much vindicated across the board.
Yes.
I think there might be some little dollars for
Blake
court
wants
costs.
them to cover her legal fees for one of the allegations, and her legal fees are embarrassing. It was over $8 million. And when it was itemized out, it was like their lawyer staying in a $1,400 a night hotel room to visit with her.
No court is going to agree to this.
Their $1,000 meals that they needed to go out to, when really it was on the basis of, was there a smear campaign? I mean, you could see it all online. They didn't need to be.
And you know what's interesting? You know, I always wondered if he didn't defend himself hard enough. You know, it was like Aaron had a good nose for it. And I was like, he wasn't forceful enough in my mind. And he was just quietly defending himself. And they were saying in this video, this is heartbreaking. Yes, they were quiet and reserved about it. And they now have to heal. And they're beaten up over this.
Well, yeah, because what is real? So he was in Hollywood. I think she was Hollywood adjacent. And I think when this all came out, a lot of the people who are afraid to get burned by Hollywood, which I would be too, I think they're all totally off. So many of these power players in Hollywood either fell silent and wouldn't stick up for Justin, or blindly, like the cast, follow Blake because she had more power.
Yeah.
More perceived power. Well, I think she had more power.
And I think they backed off of that too. I think the people that were initially on her side were sort of like, ooh, I just want to get out of here.
Like the Isabel Ferrari or whatever her last name was, who played young Blake in It Ends With Us, she had sent Justin notes saying, thank you so much for such a wonderful set. Thank you so much for all you did for directing me. I had such an amazing time. And then you have to imagine being Justin and his wife, and then these allegations from Blake come out, and all of a sudden this Isabella won't defend him, won't back him up, and is seemingly siding with Blake, even though she never outright did. You have to imagine for Justin and Emily, what is true? Mm-hmm. What is real?
And and needing people in that moment to stand up and defend, and you know,
how much do I love my career in Hollywood and or in movies that I'd keep that.
And you have to believe he leveraged himself. I mean, this is his production. You know, like this is a big leap. Yeah. You know, when you take big swings to try to make something happen, build something, and then have it so epically blow up. I mean, and how gross. Even if she had won, okay, great. So you destroyed, and it's not true, which this is the thing. Had it been true, heaven help him, right? Like go straight to hell. Mm-hmm. But it didn't. And that's what
she destroyed a lot.
That's
not just his career.
Right.
But she destroyed a lot. I've told Becky this many times behind the scenes, and I'm ready to publicly say it out loud.
Oh, here we go.
I told you so on basically everybody I've ever told you so on.
Yes, you did. But this is the thing. This has happened a lot with Erin. She'll have these initial intuitions that I have not yet seen total proof of. And again, back to the justice, I just need to have like final confirmation. It's eerie how often your spidey sense is accurate.
There's a few people I think I might be wrong on, but I admit it to you, and it's probably because of like my own internal issues.
Or it hasn't happened yet. Correct. It's like it just is a slower...
I was right on Blake and Justin.
Really right.
And behind the scenes, I've been right on a lot of people that I tell.
Well, and the only thing I kind of was iffy on with him is that one of the accusations, and this is just a personal like behavior thing, is he can just be a little bit cringy. But that's nothing to sue anybody over. It was...
We all saw the stupid looking hat he wore while surfing. We know he's cringy. We all saw that he makes some really poor choices in how he dresses.
Like fashion choices?
Yes. So obviously, you don't get to tell somebody they're a sexual harasser.
Right.
Because they're cringy. Because he's a little too into his feelings.
Yeah.
You know, like even when he said it's time for me to heal, I was like, I clenched a little. You know, but I'm like, that doesn't mean he is a villain.
Totally.
Okay.
Totally.
And I've had that happen.
That's just a personal preference thing.
But I do really respect it. And I think it's a lesson we all have to have is there was a friend of a friend one time said to me, Erin, I usually trust the person who speaks the least, which is a big problem for me because I'm constantly talking. But in situations like that.
Interesting.
If you know your truth and you know who you are.
Yeah.
And you know what's right and wrong. Typically, you don't have to get out there and try to prove yourself. It just happens. Now, it can be hurtful along the way. And oftentimes people have to come to their own understanding.
Yeah.
But that's happened to me before where I'm like, listen, people can believe whatever they want about me, but if they want to get to know me, they'll know me.
I like that.
And I think Justin and Emily did a good job of that.
But what I worry about is that justice piece where you're like, oh, but it's so you want to like explain it and you want to make it clear. And then it's like, oh yeah, that's what a guilty person, like
totally. Doth protest too much.
Yeah.
Money talks, wealth whispers. Doth protest too much. Like really think about that. I always get afraid of somebody who says, well, you know me, I'm a girl's girl. And I'm like, oh, I get so afraid.
You don't have to say it out loud.
If you had to tell me that out loud.
Yep.
And our sweet dear friend Melissa will say that about me. And I always get a little clenchy because I'm like, I've never said that to you. She thinks that about me.
But you have proven it to be true.
Well, yes. So and I'm like, I just want to make sure you know she's saying it. I'm not saying it.
Yeah.
Or when people are really flamboyant about their money. Sometimes where people say money talks, wealth whispers.
Well, how many times have we seen it with the housewives?
Yes.
When it's just on display, and then it turns out to be.
Yeah. Or through headlines and hearsay, I've seen scientific proof that you'll have to double check me on, where typically if a spouse accuses you of cheating, it typically means they are.
Oh, Lord.
Because it's on the brain. What's the like displacing their projecting their guilt on you.
Yeah.
So usually it's the person who is projecting too much.
Yes.
That
that's the one to look at, or that's what reveals.
Or the person who's constantly telling you how successful they are is typically like, I don't know.
Trying to convince you of
I'm not saying this is 100% hard fact. I'm just saying that a little light bulb should go off in your head and you should just look around and make sure, why do they feel like they need to tell me that so much?
That's so true.
Why do they feel like they need to prove that to me?
Yeah.
Don't you think?
I think that's absolutely true.
What a great lesson for us to end on. We have already been talking for over an hour and 5 minutes.
What?
Today we said we were going to talk for 40 minutes.
Oh, you guys, we mean to.
Does this happen to you guys at home? Like we could literally talk for 4 hours straight. We don't even know what happened. I don't even know where we've been. What have we been talking about?
We black out in these. We're not even present.
Well, we had a lot of family time for the weekend. So we really needed to get back on the girlfriend.
That's so true.
Is there anything else we need to touch down on? It's already been an hour. Let me check.
Gosh. Are we good? How'd we do?
Well, we got through most of our things.
All right.
I guess at the end of the day, put a scarf on. Be careful what you speak of out loud because it usually happens.
Manifesting squatters.
If Prince Harry, Meghan Markle, Justin Baldoni, and Blake Lively have taught us anything, it is be a good person and you shouldn't have to prove yourself to anybody.
No.
And if you do, F them. You know what else I heard? We're over time anyway.
What?
People get the version of me they deserve.
Wait a minute. Dig into that a second.
My head. Maybe we'll revisit that next weekend.
Phil just got a fortune cookie that said you train. I didn't like that choice of word, but you train people how to treat you.
Yes. You get the version of me you deserve.
You get the.
I'll keep it light on this one, real quick. Sometimes my boys, they're the sweetest.
Yeah.
I love my boys. We love each other, and they're really good kids. Sometimes we struggle because it's a male-dominated house. I tend to want to bring like the fun and the light. And so oftentimes if I say like, hey, can you do this in a polite way? It gets blown off or it gets forgotten.
So are you not normally the enforcer?
I am, but like just day-to-day time, I'll say, hey, could you unload the dishwasher for me today?
Yeah.
Sure. But because I said it in a nice way, they'll forget to do it or
I'll do
they'll
it later.
be really delayed.
Yeah.
Or they'll say they're too busy.
Yeah.
So what happens, whether it's right or wrong, now, especially over the summer, instead of saying like, hey, can you unload the dishwasher this morning? What I'll do to them is be like, unload the dishwasher before 10.
Yep.
And they're like, whoa, 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 whoa. Why are you coming at me so hard? I'm like, well, that's what you get. You deserve that version. I'm like, stern mom.
You got nice mom yesterday.
I don't want to ask 16 times. I don't want to negotiate. So what you're going to get is just the stern version you deserve.
Yeah.
Do it or get in trouble.
Yeah.
Because those are the rules.
Yeah.
That's the lighter version of it. But sometimes I think people will be like, oh, so-and-so is so nice and she's so fun and we always have a good time together. And then one person will be like, oh, she's really standoffish with me. And then I'm always like, oh, well, why do I deserve a different version of that person
I get
than
it.
she gives to others?
I get it.
Or even for like me, there's some like, I'll say there's ladies in town that I'm standoffish with because I'm like, I already know they kind of talk behind backs or whatever. So I'm just like,
you're more protective.
I don't want to be the warm,
yes,
super friendly one with you because I kind of know you talk smack.
Yeah. I think that's absolutely fair.
Do you ever think that?
Absolutely. No, and I think we've talked about this before too. The kind of like the Justin hoping for someone to come to their defense. Like there's justice in that too. You know, where there's people like, I think sometimes I want there to be a smackdown of justice.
Yes.
And sometimes it just doesn't come.
Yeah. I feel like, Justin's behavior is like you get who you deserve.
Yeah.
So I was friendly. I was probably over the top. Now I'm going to be standoffish and we're not going to interact. I even think that with like Prince William and Princess Kate, I don't think they're perfect. I'm sure they've done crappy things behind the scenes, but now Harry and Meghan, you get the version of them that you deserve.
That's so true.
You don't get,
but that's a natural consequence. I mean, that
gracious version of them because they can't trust you anymore.
They've been burned. But there's no saying that you can't, that there isn't redemption.
You can always remedy something. Yeah. You can always remedy.
All about a second
None of us
chance.
are perfect. I'm sure there's people who are like, Aaron doesn't deserve my time for whatever reason.
Wow.
None of us are perfect.
Yeah.
Okay. We always have to count ourselves out as the a-hole, as Becky would say.
Rule it out.
And this is just something we can dig into further later.
Wow. This is good. This is good food for thought.
We have solved almost every world problem. You know what? Next week, Iran.
Up next.
Next week, dead senators and Iran.
North Korea, we're coming for you.
Yeah. Watch out, Kim. We've got the answers for everything. Not really. All right. On that note, we love you guys so much. If this didn't take your mind off things for the week,
I don't know what will.
Okay. I want you to remember that your butt looks great. If you're worried about it, don't
stand next to a 27-year-old in a thong.
Who used to be a professional cheerleader just about 6 months ago because they are contractually obligated to be fit. Okay.
It's still training. Yeah. It's still dancing.
Okay. If you need any delusional confidence, I highly recommend checking out our dear, North Star, Countess de Lesseps, Luann de Lesseps, Instagram. But if you can't find it or need even more, Ramona Singer is on a bender of delusional confidence. So you can go to both Ramona and our North Star, Luann de Lesseps.
Yes.
Want you to remember your buns look good, and we adore you. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for making our weeks better. We will be back next Wednesday to solve all of North Korea's problems. Love you guys so much. Bye. If you want to move better, if you want to feel better, if you want to perform better, and who doesn't, you've got to check out Daily Fascia. Daily Fascia is one of our original supporters. It is brought to you by Erin Teets. And what she does is she helps relieve aches and pains with fascia-focused activations. She is a best-selling DailyOM course creator who does personalized sessions that help you feel your absolute best. You can check her out on Instagram, Patreon, or YouTube. And when you do, use the code HAPPY20 to let her know that we sent you and to get a special discount exclusive to our listeners. You guys, do us a huge favor, please. Will you like this podcast, share it, or subscribe? Because that helps, right, Bex?
It will help us a ton.
It will. And I don't know if we've helped you, but if you don't mind helping us, that'd be great.
Fair's fair.
Love you.